It's not often we see the birth of a new nation, but in recent weeks, South Sudan has come into existence. Many who fled the horrors of the war-ravaged region came to Australia and here to Canberra. Over the years, we've told the story of the young Sudanese girl Adut. When the war came to her town, she was separated from her parents. She led her younger siblings and cousin to safety in Kenya, where they eventually found her father. The family came to Canberra. Adut's father became ill, but before he died, her mother was also found, and she too came to live here. Time changes everything. South Sudan is now an independent nation, and Adut an independent woman with children of her own. Kate Evans reports.
And then the war just happened to break out, and gun was just shooting everywhere, and people were being bombed. And then from that time, we just ran, because we were scared, and we just ran away. And that's it. Nobody had ever met again with their parents, or they are displaced all over. In the way, in the forest, you will never know what kind of animal that can attack you. And there's many different kind of animals in Africa that are really, really big and bad animals that can really eat people. So every single day, there must be a missing child. So it took us that long to get to the border of Kenya. And we came there with many other children. And finally we got in the refugee camp, which is in Kenya, Kakuma refugee camp. Yeah?
Come, lunch is ready.
Okay, thanks. To see my mother as soon as, even within this month, it will be something very good. She didn't know that she's going to see me as this big girl. I think the future is quite bright, and I can see it's changing, and life is not the way it used to be. There have been minor changes, there's major changes, and obviously I finished my studies, I have kids now, and the biggest is the referendum of the country, so in Sudan. I've got 2 kids now. The oldest is, there are 2 girls. The oldest is Achol, and the youngest is Alec, and the oldest is 3, and she's turning 4 in a couple of months, and Alec is 2.
Wow.
What did you draw?
He drew a circle.
My father is no longer alive, as we know earlier. My mother is here. She's doing really good. So she's working at the moment, and she's living in Belconnen. I've done a Bachelor of Medical Science, finished. So, and I haven't been working in the field, I suppose. But yeah, I'm still applying and trying to get something, which is probably I'm going to get something soon, hopefully. But I work at the Multicultural Youth Services, which has been really good. Great, I loved it, and all this is simple things like reading letters from Centrelink, filling in forms. Advocacy is the biggest, so helping them with their studies, how to get to classes and all this stuff. We look at homelessness. There is a lot of issues with teenagers.
Do you still think often about life in the refugee camp?
Well, it's part of me that is never going to go away, because I think most of my growing period where I became to know what is happening and being alert about the world and everything happened when I was there. And that memories will never go away. It's going to be there. You know, no matter how bad it was, it doesn't, to me as a kid, it doesn't look as that bad.
it is always the little girl who was growing in a refugee camp and who was happy. I was happy there, and that happiness, no matter how, I would be starving, have nothing to eat or whatever, I was still happy there, and I was still a normal little girl who was just being a normal girl. So, and that part is not going to go anywhere, so yeah, I keep thinking about the refugee camp pretty much every day.
South Sudan has become the world's newest nation. After more than 2 decades of bloody civil war, what was Africa's largest state is splitting in two.
Everybody's excited, everybody's happy, and on the day for the voting, we had to vote. So everybody had a vote, and everybody was waiting very early in the morning. And this is the time now to celebrate. It's part of the belonging thing of saying, I contributed in what is happening there, which is really good. You really want to feel part of what is happening, even if you are away. Even the guilt, sometimes if you come here, sometimes you question yourself a lot. Why am I here, not everybody else? Why am I here, not so-and-so? Why am I eating and so-and-so is not eating? You have that guilt that goes on every now and then in your life, and you don't really know how to deal with it. I think this peaceful part of it is solving that guilt. At least you will think about something else, not the war. So I think it's a great relief for all of us who are outside here. It's good that it's happening, and we finally have a time to say for our kids, we came from there, and it's a good feeling.
Since last night we didn't sleep. Yeah, we watch internet and all news in satellite. Yeah.
And it's quite emotional for people as well, yeah?
Of course, yes, because we remember our brothers, those who give their life to give us our freedom because of them.
Let us pray.
We also want to thank the Australian people who gave us the opportunity to come here. They made a lot of difference in us, and they've been supporting us since we come here. It's a big day, everybody happy, and tomorrow is going to be different. We're not going to think about any war anymore. We just live like anybody else, dream like anybody else. And we're very happy to celebrate this day. And it's a message we put across to everybody who want to listen to us. Now we are free. And we are free!
Quite a lot of young Sudanese in exile overseas are choosing to go back to Southern Sudan now. Is that something you would consider?
Definitely. Home is the best. No matter where you go, you always go home is the best. Yeah, it is going to be a challenge if you go back there because everything has changed. It's not how you think about it and how you left it. Because I have got kids now, my life is not more to do with me. So if I have to go there, I think I need to consider them and I need to think about what they need, the girls in the future and all this stuff. But Australia is my home and I will always belong here. So even if I go there, I'll go and play my part, share my contribution if I need to do anything. And I will always come back to Australia and, be part of Australia as well. So I'll be in and out between the two countries.
Do you feel more Southern Sudanese or Australian or both now?
I am everywhere. So I am Australian and very proud to be Australian. And I'm Sudanese as well, very proud to be Sudanese. And I am Kenyan, Ethiopian, Ugandans and all this stuff. I've been nearly everywhere there, so I still have a little tiny bits of all the places that I've been in.